Yo, 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 happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Justin Moore, founder of Creator Wizard, where I teach you how to find and negotiate your dream sponsorships. Back at it for another live stream today. I had a hiatus last week because, get this, I was actually in the Dominican Republic in Punta Cana on spring break with my family. And so we took a few days. We were there for 5 days and 4 nights. And it was awesome. It was super relaxing. The beaches down there are fantastic. And so it was very, I can't say that I completely shut off because being a creator, you could never really fully shut off. Thankfully I have a team who helped me, handle a lot of things while I was out. But, there's always that part of your brain as a creator is like, oh, is the videos going up on time? And, we've got this sponsorship going, this type of thing. So, but it was great. It was really fun. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. We've got Max tuning in. What's up, Max? We got Jason tuning in. Good to see you here. We've got Dorina Smith Bryan tuning in on TikTok. We've got, I forgot to hit live on Instagram. There we go. Boom. And we've got Don Mueller tuning in on TikTok. Sherry Bay. Good to see you here. We've got Delilah, Alice M. Max said, yeah, you can never shut off as a business owner. Ain't that the truth, man? In fact, I just published a video, a different kind of video on my YouTube channel called Why Being a Creator Kind of Sucks. Very different type of video for me, I would say. I would love your thoughts if you could go over to my YouTube channel and watch it and kind of give me your thoughts. Today, well, firstly, real quickly, I just want to share, we're going to be talking about summer pitching strategies for today's live stream. A quick shout out to today's sponsor, Uscreen. I'm going to be talking about them a bit later in the stream. But I just wanted to quickly share an anecdote before we dive into today's topic, which is that I am attempting to make some videos that broach other topics that I think would serve creators, influencers, based on basically my 15 years of experience doing this, 10 years full time. My wife's been doing it 12 years full time. So we've seen a lot. We've made a lot of mistakes. We've had a lot of successes, had a lot of failures. And there's one thing that I think I've kind of realized about the niche that I'm in, which is like sponsorship coaching. I've realized that, if a creator ever has a challenge with sponsorships, like I own that, like the very bottom of funnel, so to speak, of like the highest intent searcher of like someone who's like searching on YouTube, like I need help with a sponsorship or figuring out how to price or negotiate or whatever. Like I kill it in that regard. Like I'm totally comfortable saying that. But like if you think about it from a numbers perspective, the amount of people who have that high intent, who are like thinking, I need help with this thing, is very small. And that's evidenced, I think, by kind of the average viewership that I'll get on a YouTube video, which is anywhere between 300 and 1,000 views after 30 days, something like that. Obviously, I've built up a pretty significant newsletter, but in terms of, that's more of, I would say, kind of a passive content consumption versus someone who's like going onto YouTube or sees a video on their YouTube screen about this topic. Are they going to click that over something else? Not so sure. And so I have a thesis, and I've talked with a lot of different people about this, YouTube strategists, content strategists, et cetera. When you are able to speak to creators perhaps a little bit earlier on in their journey, people who are, perhaps problem aware, but not solution aware. So they know that they're having challenges monetizing their creator business, or they know that maybe they do think, yeah, maybe I should be getting more sponsorship, but they don't really have, the first idea about where to start. I have this thesis that I think there's probably other types of content that I could create to that would resonate with those types of people. And so this first video that I released yesterday actually was my first attempt at that. I'm still kind of trying to find my footing. And I honestly, I don't know if this is going to work. I really don't know. Like one fear I had about doing this was that, I've become known as kind of the sponsorship guy. And so if I start being like, oh, I'm gonna help you monetize your business, this type of thing, it's gonna water down the credibility of that very specific niche. And so this has been one of the reasons why I've been nervous to like kind of broach this strategy. But if I go back to my true north, which is like I want to help creators big and small land 1 million sponsorships by 2032, there's no way there's no way that I'm gonna be able to do that if I don't think about other creative ways to shake up my approach. I think hopefully this is like also a good illustration that like even 15 years into our journey, or even let's say 4 years into this education journey, I'm trying stuff. Like I'm throwing stuff against the wall. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. Hopefully it does. I mean, so far so good. Like, the responses seem to be, really, really great. It seems to have resonated with a lot of people. There's also a really interesting early signal, which is that I've had several people share the video onto another platform and tag me. So someone, for example, my friend Matt, he saw it on YouTube and then shared it on Twitter and is like, I think every creator should watch this video. And that type of thing was fascinating to me because I almost never will have a creator share one of my videos about sponsorship stuff onto another platform. I've almost never seen that happen. And so I actually DM'd him and I was like, hey, what was it? Walk me through, what was the emotion of like why you actually shared that video? And he said, I don't know, every single point I heard, it was like resonating to the point where I was like, more people need to see this video. And so it was like reverse engineering that emotion, reverse engineering that resonance. That's a really interesting thing to me. And so I'll kind of, keep you guys posted because I don't know if this is going to work or, but the idea would be that I could serve people in this larger way, but still be able to flex my expertise as a sponsorship coach within that format. And so if you watch that video, one of the 9 points that I talked about is the fact that, I'm a sponsorship coach and I kind of talk about it in a kind of indirect way. So again, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this strategy. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm trying stuff. I'm in the arena trying stuff. We've got Molly, Mo Dizzle tuning in on Instagram, Coach Miller. Good to see you here. We've got Collab Create Media, Non-Nail Artist, That Hybrid Mama, Nikki Bum Bum, Tra Michal tuning in on Instagram. Christine says, first time popping up on my live. I follow you in April on YouTube. Good to see you here. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much for your long time support following us on YouTube. Really appreciate that. Jason says, I watched a multi-million subscriber channel and he did a sponsorship video and it was only getting 10% of his normal viewers. Yeah, that is crazy. I definitely have seen stuff like that happen. Max says, I share your videos on my content creator group on Discord all the time. Thanks, bro. I guess maybe that's what's happening is that people are sharing my videos in private groups and I don't see that sharing actually happening. So I appreciate that, dude. That's cool to hear. And Max says, I actually think you are more broad than that and actually dominate how to make money as a content creator. Yeah, I've thought of that. Okay, part of my hesitation for that is that when I first started the YouTube channel, like almost 4 years ago now, June 2000. June 2020 is when I think I uploaded my first video. So almost 4 years. And my tagline, literally my YouTube banner at the time said the business of being a creator. That's what it said. And that was what I was doing is I was talking about all the various ways in which you can make money, right? Digital products and courses and AdSense and sponsorships and affiliate marketing and all those things. I was talking about all that thing. And growth was just, it was like this, right? I've got my sound effect, right? It was nothing to call home about. Wasn't really that impressive. And so, I think that's my evolution of getting comfortable maybe broaching those topics again is that I think that now that I've developed somewhat of a reputation around this one particular niche, which is sponsorships, I think people trust me more. They say, okay, this guy knows quite a bit about this one thing, so maybe he knows a couple things about some of these other things too. And so I don't know if that is true or not, but I guess we're gonna find out. We've got Bianca from my team tuning in. What's up, Bianca? Delilah says, I share your videos in my mastermind group all the time. Thank you, Bianca. Delilah. I appreciate that very much. All right, so and Jareen says, yes, trust you all the way. That means a lot, Jareen. Thank you. So one thing that I thought might be kind of fun today would be kind of doing a real life teaching example live stream. After all, we're talking about summer pitching strategies. And first of all, you're thinking, why are we talking about summer pitching strategies, Justin, when we're sitting here at the, the 9th of April. Q2 has just started. We're squarely in springtime, Justin. Why are we already thinking about summer? Well, if you followed me for a while, you know that one of the core principles that I teach when it comes to pitching is that you need to be pitching multiple months in advance, oftentimes, especially with medium and larger size brands, because of their planning cycle, both planning and budgetary approval cycle. So if they are going to be running, let's say, a spring campaign, which is like what's happening right now, they likely nailed down and planned out that campaign many months ago, maybe even in, Q4 or even Q3 of last year. And so you may be sitting here when you're reaching out and pitching brands. I mean, like, why are they saying that they don't have any budget for collaborating on paid partnerships right now for spring? That makes no sense. Well, it's because they likely nailed down that several months ago at a minimum. It's not to say it can't be the case for other brands, maybe smaller brands. They are a little bit more nimble and they're turning things around in just a few weeks. And of course that can happen. But for the larger brands, the larger advertisers, you really do need to think in advance. And so what I want to talk today about is first of all, if we're wanting to nail down some, let's say June, July, August type deals, then now is the time to reach out pitching those campaigns. And so what I thought would be fun to do today would be for y'all to drop some brands that you would love to get a deal with for the summer into the chat. And then I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to talk. I'm going to talk as I'm thinking through what I'm looking at. I'm going to do some research on the brand on your behalf. And we're going to craft a potential pitch that we could send to that advertiser. By the way, I did want to give a quick little shout out here, which is that I think you're going to really enjoy this process of what we're doing here. And what you'll find is that when we start the 7-day pitch challenge, which starts on Friday, this is a lot of the types of stuff that we do in there. And so, by the way, it's just creatorwizard.com/pitch challenge if you're not part of it. We've already got a bunch of creators signed up for round 2 of the pitch challenge. So really, really fun. All right. So here we go. The first one I saw was Haley's Kitchen Quest Nutrition. Would be awesome to work with. Okay, so let me pull up Quest Nutrition. I'm going to pull up. Those of you guys who are tuning in on TikTok, you aren't going to be able to see my screen shared, unfortunately, but you can just hear me kind of talk about it. Okay, so let me share my screen here, and we've got the entire screen, Quest Nutrition, boom. Okay, share. All right, here we go. Let's do this. This is fun. Okay, so Haley wants to get a deal with Quest Nutrition, okay? And so one of the first things that I like to do is what I like to call sleuthing, right? We go onto a brand's Instagram, or we go onto their Instagram or their LinkedIn page, or we go to their press releases, or we go to their blog and we see, okay, what do we care about in their, what do they care about? What is going on in their world? And then when we reach out to them, we illustrate that we've done that research. We're not just shotgunning this pitch to 100 brands and seeing who will bite. No, this is a bespoke, customized pitch for you, Quest Nutrition, based on what it seems like is going on in their world. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to click through here and see what are the things that they're posting about. Okay, so this is a deal with a celebrity. This was February 6th. I think these are pinned posts. So I want to see like the most recent one. Okay, so this is a day again. Okay, so April Quest birthdays. These are all birthdays of these products, I guess. Okay, so I just got an idea immediately. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll back on Quest Nutrition's Instagram to see what products had birthdays in June or July. Because it seems like this is something that they're doing. They're announcing the birthday of new SKUs or new products that Quest had released, on that month, right? Whenever they did. And so I'm just assuming, right? It's going to take a while to scroll back on their Instagram, but go back to June of last year, go back to July of last year. Actually, why don't we just do this? This is kind of fun. Okay, so it seems like the reason I wasn't going to do it because it seems like they're posting really often, and sometimes it may take a few minutes to kind of scroll back, scroll. Where are we at now? January. Let's just do this while we're doing this. This is fun. December. Okay, so they got holiday stuff going on here. Haley, are you taking notes while we're doing this? Okay, October. So they're posting semi-regularly on here. September, we're almost there. Okay, August. This is almost getting to summer. Okay, this is July. We're so close. Okay, here we go. I told you. Okay, so here we go. Double tap to wish the Lemon Cake Quest bar a happy 3rd birthday. So here's your pitch to Quest Nutrition, Haley. Ready? You say, 4th birthday for Lemon Cake Quest bar, hashtag Quest bar, question mark. That's the subject line of the email. You say, and then you reach, you talk about your contact, or you address your contact. You say, hey, Lisa, who's the influencer marketing manager at Quest Nutrition. You say, hey, I was curious if you're going to be celebrating the Lemon Cake Quest bar's 4th birthday this year, like you did last year. I would love to help spread the word about it. In fact, it's one of my favorite flavors, or whatever. You can find one that's your favorite flavor. Don't make stuff up, obviously. I would, right? So that's the, I talk about my rope pitching method, right? Which is ROPE. Your pitch has to be relevant to a campaign that they either have run in the past, i.e. this, or they are currently running. O stands for organic, meaning that you can tie your pitch back to organic content that you've already posted that illustrates that your audience has an affinity for their product. And so what this means is that hopefully maybe you have a YouTube video or an Instagram post or something where you've maybe shouted out Quest bars in the past, and then you link to that post with a time linked on that YouTube video and say, oh, I love Quest, and you link it, right? And then they can click through, they can see your YouTube channel, they can see your Instagram, whatever platform you're on, podcast, newsletter, doesn't matter, but they see that you have that authentic affinity. And then P stands for proof, so you can illustrate how you've helped other brands achieve results. And E stands for easy to execute, when the brand says, hey, this is interesting. And so the final 2 components of that is that you talk about the Lemon Cake Quest bar, you link that post where you've done a shout out to Quest in the past. And by the way, if you have not done any sort of discussion around the brand specifically, or even protein bars, because that also would work. It doesn't have to be a shout out to Quest specifically. You could link a video where you talk about all your top 5 favorite protein bars or something, whatever. And so that also could illustrate that your audience has an affinity for their product. And then you're going to say exactly what you're going to do for them. You're going to say, hey, I would love to do one integrated YouTube video. I could do social media amplification. I can grant you paid rides for 3 months. Boom, 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 boom. And then you say, also happy to share a partnership that I did with this keto chips brand or something that drove significant awareness as well. Are you free on Thursday at 10 a.m. to chat? That's the pitch to Quest for the summer, right? Because this is what they care about. It seems like this is a recurring content strategy. See, this is the thing. Like, every creator thinks that brands reinvent the wheel with their marketing strategies every single year, and that could not be further from the truth. They just dust off the same old playbook that they run every single year, and they run it again. So we saw that post right when I opened Quest Instagram, where it's like, oh, happy birthday to these products that launched, and I was like, okay, I bet you they're doing this all the time. And so sure enough, I scrolled back and they're doing it. So they do these things all the time. And so you think that they're going to open an email subject line titled something like that? They're gonna open that email. You know what email subject line they're not gonna open is collaboration with 100K food influencer or something stupid like that. No offense if you've done that. I've done that in the past, but something like that, they get that pitch all day long. They don't know who you are. They don't care. They just deleted your email. Having 100K followers is table stakes. There's lots of people that have large followings and large viewerships and X, Y, Z. They don't, what they care about? Their own initiatives, their own campaigns, the things that they run. What is important in their world? So that's the pitch that I would make to Quest for the summer. How are we feeling, Haley? Can we get some praise hands emojis here? How are we feeling about this strategy? Right? Moni Belmos in TikTok says, companies don't reinvent the wheel. That perspective is so helpful. Love to hear it. How are we feeling about this? Give me some validation here. Give me the money tongue guy, the diamond emojis. Come on, Texas DIY Mama, Isabella Mena, Nelly Yescas, Kesman Lowrider. Give me some validation here in the chat. How are we feeling? All right. Haley says, oh, I love it. She's got the heart emoji and then like the chef's kiss emoji. What is this one? Yeah, that I love that one too. All right. So Quest Nutrition, I hope we enjoyed this. All right, let's do another one. All right, who's next? Let's see here. John Willis says, we love you. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Okay. Next one I see is John Willis. My dream brand would be DJI. Love their stuff. All right, let's do this. DJI. Well, you got to tell me. Okay. So first you got to tell me what product though, because DJI makes a bunch of different things, right? They make drones. They have like, mics. I have a mic, that I use. You got to tell me, because that actually matters. So let me know. Let me know in the chat, because we need to know. Like, there's probably going to be different strategies that we would want to employ based on the product that you're going to want to pitch to them, right? Okay, here we go. Mainly their Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, so their DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, so this is their handheld thing here. Okay, so let's go in here. So Osmo Pocket 3, this is their moving moments. So this is, I think, probably would be called under their handheld imaging. Yeah, handheld imaging devices. Yeah. Okay, so the reason that I'm doing this is that one thing that I like to do, by the way, this is what I do in my Brand Deal Wizard class. If you guys like this, if you're nerding out over this type of thing, we actually do, during the live cohort, we do a live content hunting sprint where we do very similar stuff to this. And I talk through a lot of the reasoning of why I'm researching stuff like this. And the reason that I go to their website right now to figure out what category they would call that product is that when you're looking at the job titles for that particular brand at DJI, oftentimes their title will be the product segment. And so what you'd probably want to look for when you were searching for the contact would be something like DJI Global Handheld Marketing Manager, something like that. Because there's going to be marketing managers, product managers, et cetera, for all sorts of different categories. And so it's just helpful to know what their naming scheme is for their various verticals. Okay. All right. So for Osmo Pocket 3, what I want to do is let's try a different approach here, because we did the Instagram approach. So let's do something else. I want to know if they did, I want to know if they did any press releases. Press release. I'm just going to say wire because, okay, here we go. DJI introduces, so this was October 25th. So this was last October. They had, the reason I said wire at the end, like press release wire, is that there's these websites called Business Wire, Web Wire, this type of thing. And you'll oftentimes be able to find the press releases of where they talk about the product. So I just want to do a little bit of research here to understand how they're talking about it. B&H is pleased to announce, offering major updates and return to its original Osmo identity. The new pocket-sized 3-axis gimbal, blah, 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 blah. These are specs. Are released alongside the Osmo Pocket 3 are numerous optional accessories, including the handle, mist filter, mini tripod, ND filter, expansion adapter, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so the very first thing, let me click to the B&H. So this was a B&H press release, I guess, probably in partnership with DJI. So, okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, okay, so I have a couple ideas here. The first thing I actually want to do is I want to go and read the reviews here. Okay, I want to understand. I'm actually going to go to the 4-star reviews because there's some interesting things that you can learn from this. Okay. Okay. So here's a couple things that you could potentially pitch to DJI. Looking at the reviews that are less than 5 stars can oftentimes give you insights into perceived deficiencies of a brand or a product. Right. And so you can read this review here. It says, game changer, perhaps. Once you tweak the sound and video settings, OP3 simplifies shooting to a level I've never experienced. Content is king. Sorry, let me snooze this. Content is king. Even though the quality is not top tier, it gives you the freedom needed to simply create. What else here? I'm sure that as soon as I get smart enough to properly set it up, it'll be wonderful. But initially, it's a bit of a struggle. So, for example, what if you pitched, you could say, hey, I absolutely love my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. However, I've talked to other people, other creators who have said that They know that it's probably really powerful, but they really struggle with just the basic setup. What types of settings? What's the optimal video settings? What's the optimal audio settings? So it's like, you know, kind of the dummy's guide to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Because I think that there's a lot of consumers that are like this, right? They're not techie. They just want great video. They want to go on vacation and have a cool device. And they just don't really want to spend much time tweaking every single setting, right? And so this could be potentially an angle of a pitch that you sent to DJI based on reviews that you read. You could even link them to these 4-star reviews that you found on B&H. Right? Another angle that you could make is on this press release, the second paragraph, there's 2 paragraphs here, and the second paragraph is all these accessories that are included. And so maybe you do a dedicated video, you pitch a dedicated video where all you're talking about is the accessories that come with the Osmo Pocket 3. Those are just 2 very quick examples of things that you could potentially pitch of, you know, things that may not have been a focus of initial partners that they went out with when they released this product back in October, right? And so one of the things that a lot of brands really struggle with is maintaining the momentum, right? There's all sorts of fanfare around the launch of something like, oh, the product, it's launched, it's awesome. And then it just kind of subsides. After those initial first blast of that initial first pulse of reviews comes out, if they did hire creators, they're now sitting here thinking, okay, well, we're not going to be releasing the Osmo Pocket 4 until 2025 or 2026 or something like that. What can we do to maintain the momentum for this product? And so here you come in and you say that on the nose. You say, hey, I would love to help you continue the momentum of the great launch of the Osmo Pocket. Here's some ways in which I think we could do that. How are we feeling about this? John, how are you feeling about this angle of the pitch? This is the angle of probably what I would pitch them. Okay? All right. Are we mind-blown emojis? Are we feeling good about this? It's not complicated. Like and do you see how what I'm pitching them is not, oh, I love the Osmo Pocket 3. I've been using it ever since it came out. I bought it the first week. I'd love to talk about it. I'd love to talk about why I love it so much. That's not the pitch. That's table stakes. That's what every single person is saying to them, right? John says, I love it with 4 exclamation points. So thrilled to hear that, man. All right. Okay, let's keep this rolling. Who else wants to do? Okay. Tonight, Sam Jewelry says Vistaprint for small business supplies. I buy business cards and earring cards from them all the time. All right. We are going to get to that tonight, Sam Jewelry. I promise I'm going to do some content hunting for you. However, I did want to take a moment real quickly to acknowledge the sponsor of today's live stream, which is Uscreen. Y'all know that they have been a longtime sponsor of us here at Creator Wizard, and we're so appreciative of their support. And I want to ask a question to you, which is that, do you want to know the secret to unlocking reliable, recurring income and building a devoted community without all the headaches? If you want that, let me know in the chat. Does that sound beautiful to you? Because this live stream is brought to you by Uscreen, the all-in-one membership platform designed to make your life easier and your pockets fuller. So I believe that memberships are the future for many creators. In fact, I am thinking very concertedly about how to bolster my membership for my business here at Creator Wizard. But here's the game changer. Uscreen creators are profiting faster than they ever thought possible. In fact, over 70% of Uscreen creators become profitable within just 3 months. That's right, just 3 months. Uscreen has helped creators earn more than $150 million a year and reaches over 10 million users. By the way, and you don't need millions of followers or hundreds of videos to start. I saw a question here in the chat actually about the topic of sponsorships. And the reason that I'm so grateful for Uscreen for sponsoring us here at Creator Wizard is that you do not need millions of followers or hundreds of videos to start monetizing your presence, right? With a tool like Uscreen, it's for creators of all sizes who are looking to build a reliable, recurring income with their content and their community. And by the way, talk about seamless. Uscreen takes care of everything. They have live streaming, they have chat rooms, they have in-depth analytics, they have got you covered. And here's the best part. Uscreen helps you create your own branded apps. Imagine having a Netflix style membership experience, but just for your content. That's what Yoga with Adrienne did with her app, Find What Feels Good. It's an amazing ad-free experience for her community, all built by Uscreen. I'm going to share my screen real quickly here, just so you can kind of get a slice of some of the creators that have built their memberships, their profitable memberships on Uscreen. And so, by the way, if you're worried about the tech stuff, you don't have to be, because Uscreen offers free content migration. They have best-in-class customer support, and they have a dedicated success manager to guide you every step of the way. And you can see here some of the creators that they've partnered with. Look at there, Chris Downing, only 26,000 subs, right? So you don't need to have hundreds of thousands or millions to do this. And so the one thing I wanted to mention here is that they have this free on-demand video, which is actually really, really good. It's called How to Use YouTube to Grow Your Premium Video Platform. And so they talk about, how YouTube is like a giant marketing engine, right? Like YouTube, not only do they let you upload videos for free there, but they let you, you can use it as a funnel, a marketing funnel to drive people to your membership, right? And so Uscreen, they have this really awesome presentation where they talk about the tofu, mofu, bofu, which is like top of funnel, bottom, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and how you can create different types of videos to drive people to your Uscreen membership. And so why settle for less when you can have more profits, more community, and more freedom? And so if you want to start your membership journey with Uscreen, make sure to click on the link in the description box here. You can check out this on-demand demo of how it works. Watch this training, super worth it. So again, when you support, the sponsors and partners of Creator Wizard, it allows me to continue making awesome free content and free live streams like this. So always super appreciative of letting them know that Creator Wizard sent you. All right, with that, let's go back to it. All right. So we had another brand that Tonight Sam Jewelry wanted to talk about. So here, Vistaprint. I actually used to use Vistaprint all the time when I was younger. I use Moo personally now. I really like Moo cards. But let me show you. Actually, let me show you. This is totally dorky. Let me just show you. Hold on. I actually, for some reason, I have my business card sitting right here. So I know you like Vistaprint, but let me show you how dope my business cards look. Hold on. Okay, guys, look at this. Okay, here's my business cards. Let's see if this focuses right. Okay, there we go. It says creatorwizard.com/join. It's got my newsletter join link, get more sponsorships, and then boom, look at this. My name, Justin Moore, sponsorship coach. Get more sponsorships and my email address. How dope is that? What do you guys think of this card? This is the card. And the other cool thing is that I bought NFC stickers. Do you know what an NFC sticker is? You know how you can like tap your phone to pay, like Google Pay or Apple Pay or whatever? You can actually buy stickers that you can program. And so what I did is when I go to conferences, I charge the stickers and I say, whoa, and I stick them on there. And then I could say, hey, when I go to a conference, I'd be like, oh, just like tap your phone on here and it pulls up my newsletter join link. How dope is that? Anyways, what do you guys think of my card? Is it cool? Okay, let's do Vistaprint here. Let me take a swig. All right. All right. Okay, let's see here. Vistaprint. Okay. Let's do some screen sharing and hit up, okay, Vistaprint. And this time, I'm showing you guys all the different strategies. This time, I want to look at Vistaprint's LinkedIn. That's going to be interesting to me. All right, so let me pull up here. My screen. Okay, boom, share, entire screen. There. Okay, boom. All right, so here's what I've done. I have pulled up Vista. They're not called Vista anymore, I guess, or Vistaprint, I guess. They were purchased. Okay, so they're now purchased by Cimpress, so they're a fully owned subsidiary of this other company. They help small business owners across the world design and market their business. So the reason that I'm going to LinkedIn now to look at Vista is I want to know what are they posting on LinkedIn? What are their page posts? So what we can do is we can go to show all posts. And okay, so let's see here. 6 days ago, have you got the right logo for your business? In this article, we explore the 7 types of logo design and how each one can shape your business's look and feel, so you can choose the best one for your brand. Okay, so where does this article? Let's go look at this article. So this is a LinkedIn article. Okay, it's a Vistaprint article on their blog, their Vistaprint hub, the 7 types of logos and how to use them. Oh, okay, and they have a video embedded on Vistaprint. Okay, cool. Let's go look at this. I want to see this rabbit hole that I'm doing here. This is interesting. Okay, so let's go. Oh, Vistaprint has a YouTube channel. It seems like they care about YouTube videos too. Let's open up the Vistaprint YouTube channel. So let's see here. So how often are they uploading videos here? Okay, so they're doing maybe like twice a month, something like that. So they're doing trends. They're doing like kind of countdown, like top 10 trends, this type of thing. Okay, so they're trying to grow their YouTube channel. They're finding value of that and repurposing the content from the YouTube video onto their blog as well. And so the very first place that my mind goes tonight, Sam Jewelry, is reaching out and pitching Vistaprint on creating some content for them to put on their platforms, for them to embed on their blog, for them to upload on their Vistaprint YouTube channel. You say, hey, here is the unique way in which I use Vistaprint for my earring cards or something like that. Imagine them like being able to upload a video onto their channel where they show these other cool use cases of Vistaprint, right? You could say, top 6 ways that Vistaprint helps me grow my jewelry business or something like that. I don't know what it is. You could brainstorm it. But they seem to care about content. Content marketing seems to be an important thing for them from an SEO perspective. And so maybe there are some long tail keywords that you could present to them to say, hey, I actually think that you should own this search terminology on YouTube, which is the 2nd largest search engine, by the way, right? I think you should own this content, and I can create those videos for you because I use this very authentically. I use this. I use Vistaprint for that, right? And so you could say, just like the articles that you're posting on your blog and also highlighting on LinkedIn and stuff like that, I could be your go-to content person where I create 1, 2, 3 videos a month or whatever, all with the intention to own this particular search terminology and own within this kind of micro niche. How are we feeling about this tonight, Sam Jewelry? Are we feeling good about this? Is this something that you feel comfortable with? Well, one thing that I love doing is I just showed you 3 different examples here, using Instagram for research, using press releases as research and reviews, as well as using LinkedIn. So what I hope this goes to show you is that you don't need to, it's not complicated, right? I literally searched for like 5 seconds and found pretty interesting angles that you could potentially pitch these sponsors. And the one thing that you'll probably realize about this last pitch that I made was that, you may not even have to upload that content on your platform, on your channel. This could be exclusive content that you create for the brand, for the company that they utilize. They use for their O&O, right? Their owned and operated, website or their e-commerce partners, or use it to repurpose for paid advertising or something like that. And so that is a sponsorship. That is a brand deal. It's just a matter of where that asset is going to ultimately live, right? And so one of my goals with creating content on Creator Wizard is to stretch your brain, stretch your imagination of what a sponsorship is, right? Because this is a sponsorship, right? And so, yeah, tonight Sam Jewelry says, I love this. I am getting excited about it. I might just start drafting my email right now. There we go. Come on, let's get some hype for tonight Sam Jewelry in and drop it in the chat. We've got Heather Cooper here in the chat. Good to see you, Heather, tuning in from X. Heather is an alumni of our Brand Deal Wizard program. It's so great to have you here. Heather, you've probably seen that we have some of these more of these contact hunting exercises in the program. I did also just want to give a quick shout out to my 7-day pitch challenge, y'all. The second one is starting this Friday. It is literally, the investment is $97, okay? This is a paid challenge, but It's 7 days long, and there's going to be a kickoff welcome session with me live over Zoom. There's going to be a live pitch roast on Monday where you get to submit your pitches, and I'll share my screen. I'm going to roast them. I'm going to make them better. And there's some other fun stuff that we've got cooking and planned. And the first 7-day pitch challenge that we ran on February, I think, was absolutely fire. We had multiple people who participated, hear back from the brands almost immediately. Several of those people were able to land sponsorships. I have some amazing testimonials from people who participated in that. And so if you want to develop a pitching habit in just 7 days, what are you waiting for, y'all? Come on, join the 7-day pitch challenge. Enrollment ends on Friday, and then the first welcome call is on Friday. Let me actually see, what time is it at? The welcome call is at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Friday. So if you want to be part of that, and by the way, if you can't join, you'll get, we post the recordings, you'll get access. It is kind of a pop-up space, by the way. It's a challenge, and so you'll have limited access to the space. I think we're doing 30 days to access to the space, right? For this challenge, but there's even like you'll even get an invite to a pop-up space group in my Circle community where you can post your pitches, get feedback from other creators and my team and everything too. So it's just a bunch of fun. It's a really fun a fun thing to do. So if you want to be part of that, develop a pitching habit. Come on, boom, let's go. We just got another sign up to the 7-day pitch challenge. I love when that happens. So fun. So yeah, I'll drop the link here. I think my Bianca from my team also dropped it, but let me drop it here in the chat again. And you know what am I doing? I should pull it up on the screen. Like what am I doing here? I should do that for people like tuning in on other platforms. Here, let me write this. Add 7-day pitch challenge. It ends, join by Friday. There we go. Boom. I'm just doing this right on the fly here, guys. And then I have to open it. There we go. Look at this 7-day pitch challenge. Join by Friday. CreatorWizard.com/pitch challenge. All right. Okay, let's see here. What other questions did I miss? Oh my God, this is funny. Millie said, I would love to see April roast the pitches, especially. Yeah, you guys know my wife. My wife, April, she's hilarious. She's so brutal. Oh, by the way, April is going to be making her very first cameo onto the Creator Wizard channel shortly. When we were on vacation, we filmed a video together. Actually, it was kind of impromptu. I was like, "Hey, baby, you want to film a video with me?" So we set up my camera. I had my like little portable mics, and it's gonna be a real juicy one. I'm tentatively titling it "Why Influencers Divorce." Oh yes, it's going to be a hot take. Going back to this whole conversation that we had at the beginning of the live stream about exploring some other content formats. Like, we've known so many friends over the years, so many friends, couples who have split, and it's sad. It's so sad. But I think it's really difficult sometimes for people who are on the outside looking in to understand the unique pressure, the unique challenges that you have to face as a couple who's on social media when it's not just one person, when you're both doing it. And so we decided to film a video about that because I think it's kind of the lesser known side of us and our relationship. And so, we've thankfully become closer than ever throughout this process, but we had some hard moments. We had some really hard moments throughout our journey on the internet. So if you either are someone who is doing this, wants to do this full time, but your partner isn't, or you do want to one day have your partner, join you in this, content creator, journey, definitely check out that video because I think it's gonna be helpful to a lot of folks. Jenny Lou Yoga says the pitch challenge is so good, especially if you're new at this. Boom, Jenny, I'm so glad to hear that it was helpful for you last time. Thank you for your kind testimonial. Bianca says, yeah, guys, the pitch challenge is so much fun, for real. It really is. It's a blast. Talking about just like throwing stuff on the wall, right? We were just talking about that. I didn't have this. I didn't have the 7-day pitching challenge. This is something brand new that me and my team invented 2 months ago. And now it's become, so I could see this becoming something that we do regularly, right? Because just to pull the curtain back a little bit, you know, I have this sponsorship wheel snapshot, which is a survey that anyone can take, by the way. It's just creatorwizard.com/snapshot. And you can rate yourself on the 8 steps of the sponsorship wheel of what I teach. And I've now had this, thousands of creators take this assessment. And I have aggregate data now across all of the submissions. And the most surprising thing I would say is that, well, surprising and least surprising is that everyone always rates themselves the least on pitch, which is step 1. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because all the other steps that I teach, right, which is the negotiate, contract, concept, production, right, produce, feedback, publish, analyze, like all of those other steps are somewhat moot if you don't feel confident to pitch a brand either when you're reaching out and pitching them cold or when they're coming inbound and saying, hey, we want to work with you, because you still have to pitch them and convince them on why you're the best person for the job, right? And so the insight or the eureka moment for us was that, what if we can get people past that first step? What if we can give them the confidence to feel as though they're pitching this brand. I can do this. I can do this thing, even if I don't have a lot of followers or I don't have a lot of subscribers or a lot of listeners or newsletter or subscribers or whatever. If we can get people the confidence to understand what to say in their pitches, to understand who they need to be sending this pitch to, like that is a lot. That will get people very far. And so that's why we decided to launch this. And honestly, I'm so glad that we did it. And I can see this becoming kind of this recurring thing that we do here in the business. Delilah says, real talk. If you're on the fence about doing the 7-day pitch challenge, stop what you're doing and sign up. You will not regret it. The challenge is truly invaluable. Thank me later. That is so kind of you, Delilah. And it was so awesome to have you in the challenge. And now Delilah is in Brand Deal Wizard. And that's the other really interesting thing about this, is that several people joined the challenge and ultimately decided to join Brand Deal Wizard after that, because they heard back from a brand like almost immediately, and they're like, oh, like what do I do now, right? And so they instantly saw the value of like, okay, now I need the more advanced strategies of like understanding how to price this thing, and negotiation principles, and how to put a proposal together, and the templates that we have in Brand Deal Wizard and all this stuff too. So just like kind of behind the curtains, like from a business standpoint too, like I'm so excited to have like other ways in which we can serve people that aren't, the $1,500 for the on-demand course, or the $3,000 for the cohort, right? Like I've never had anything in my business where I was like, hey, like you can learn from me in a much more like modest investment, because not everyone's willing or ready or willing or able to like plop down $1,500. I understand. Obviously, there's like installment plans available, but like that's what I'm excited about, is like figuring out other creative ways to serve people to kind of meet them where they're at. All right. Let's see here. We've got Glamornize tuning in on Instagram. We've got That's So Sophie. We've got Rhea Pivo. We've got The Blended Beauty. We've got After Party Vibes tuning in. Let's see here. We've got Sneaker Church tuning in. Let's see here. John says, bring April in. We want to say hi to the woman behind the man. Yeah. I don't know where April is. I think I'm not sure. I think she's like cleaning or something. That's like her favorite hobby, by the way. Let's see here. There was a question that I missed. Where did I miss this? Oh man, Marcus Presents. Yo, Marcus, it's been such a long time. I haven't seen your face or heard from you in a really long time, man. Okay, I'm gonna maybe miss this, but like, don't you review like conference equipment on your channel, like speaker phones and like stuff that like help people like hold conferences? Am I totally making that up? Because I swear that you used to have a channel that's what you talked about. It says you have a travel channel here now, but I don't know if that's the case, but maybe it is. Eliseo Tahanglangit, what's going on? Good to see you here. Straviker says, what conferences do you go to? Well, I just got back from Podcast Movement in LA, which was great. I went to FinCon this year. I'm going to be speaking at a conference that I can't name yet, but it's in June. You might know what one that is. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to be going to Craft and Commerce in Boise in the first week of June. Hoping to go to Vid Summit again this year. There's some other conferences like later in the year, like in the October-November timeframe that I'm thinking about. But yeah, like those are the ones that I normally go to. Craft and Commerce is one of my favorites. Vid Summit I love, and obviously VidCon. Is there any others that I'm attending? I don't know. I think that's it for now. Any in the UK? I had considered going to Tube Fest, which is in May, next month at the end of May. My friend Matt, real quickly, you just reminded me. Oh yeah, CEX, Jason. Oh my God, thank you so much. Yes, I'm doing a keynote at CEX. This is crazy. I don't know how my mind is mush right now because I literally just finished off my draft presentation for CEX for my keynote. That's so funny. My mind is, that shows you how much my mind is mush. Yes, I'm speaking at CEX, first week of May in Cleveland as well. John, you were asking about conferences in the UK. There was Tube Fest at the end of May. I was thinking about going to that, but it's just going to be too crazy. It's also, kind of a long trip for me, from the West Coast. I don't know. I have small kids. I don't like being away from my family. I don't know. Whenever I travel, I prefer to like bring my family because I just love being with them. I love traveling with them. If we're ever able to like kind of tack on a few extra days to like make it a vacation out of it, that's always cool. So I think that's what I'm gonna be attending this year. Dark Side Performance just tuned in on Instagram. Awesome to see you here. Dark Side Performance also is going to be participating in the 7-day pitch challenge, which I'm really excited about. Love seeing some of you guys here who have committed to doing this. I love to see it here. John said, I have small kids and I'd love a week away. Yeah, I hear you with that one, man. Yeah, small. The cool thing is that now that my kids are a little bit older, they're 6 and 9 now. Like traveling is just so different. Like when we went to the Dominican Republic last week, we had to do a red eye, and we've done red eyes with the kids when they were younger, like a lot younger. And it was like really hard, like, cause when kids are younger and they're taken out of their normal routine and they're not able to like lay in their bed and lay flat to like fall asleep, they kind of like lose their minds. Like, and that's definitely what happened on some like flights that we took when our kids were a lot younger. But now our kids being older, they're a lot more versatile, or they're a lot more kind of adaptable. And they just sort of like fell asleep on the plane. Right. And so traveling with kids as they get older, like, is a lot easier. The other thing that's really cool too, is that we went to, when we went to Hawaii last year, because they're older, and because they're like above a certain weight, we're now able to do like cool things with them that we weren't able to. Almost kind of like, for example, we went off-roading with them. We had this like 4-person ATV, and they were in the back and we were in the front, and it was a blast. It was so much fun, and like that was not something that we could ever do when our kids were really young. And so we've got some upcoming trips planned this summer as well, and cool stuff that we're planning. And so that's one thing to look forward to, John, is when your kids get a little older, you can start involving them in the things that you're doing a bit more. Delilah says, how is the book coming along? Your 2-hour a day thing that you're doing, it's very ADHD friendly. Yeah. The book is coming okay. Although I must say the last 2 weeks have been hard because I traveled last week and I didn't write it all. And then I've been pretty stressed out about my keynote for CEX. Because remember, like behind the scenes here, you have to turn in your presentations in advance of the conference, like that make sure the PowerPoint is working properly and there's no issues and all this stuff too. And so I have to have my presentation done soon. And so in addition to putting the proposal together or the presentation together, because this is a talk that I've never done, I rehired my speech coach. I have a speech coach. His name is Mike, and he's amazing. He's helped me on multiple presentations that I've done. And so I usually have 2 calls with him. So I have an initial call to talk about the bones of like how I want the talk, like kind of the structure of how I want to do the talk and kind of the big takeaways that I want to have. And then we part, right? And there's like a couple of weeks until the next call. And in that time, I work on the proposal or work on the presentation. And then we have another call. And so my call with him is later this week, where I say, okay, here's what I've got. I'm going to do a dry run. I'm going to do the thing. And then he says, okay, he's really great at being like, okay, you need this here. You need this here. You need to add a joke here. You need to do this here. You need another example here. This doesn't make sense. Your dismount at the end doesn't make sense, or this type of thing. And so he's a master at taking talks from like good to great. And so I all of my time has been dedicated to this keynote for the last week or two. And so I'm hoping that, to get back to writing starting tomorrow morning again, because I kind of finished it today. And the exciting thing about that is that I am almost completely done with version 2 of the book. So I've completely rewritten it and added a ton to the introduction section. And so I'm going to be sending that out to my beta readers soon. Very soon, because I'm almost done. So I'm really excited. I'm anxious. I'm nervous to see what people think of that. That's going to be exciting though, because I'm I want that. I don't. It's weird. Like the book more than anything. I've made hundreds and hundreds of videos over my life, on the internet and YouTube and social media and all this stuff too. But somehow the book feels more permanent. It feels like, there's that whole adage with like, Mr. Beast talks about this a lot. It's like, make 100 videos and they're all going to suck. And then talk to me. And, then you'll finally know what it's like, and you'll finally understand, how to improve and all this stuff too. And I've generally always embraced that philosophy when it comes to creating content on the internet, but somehow the book feels different. Somehow it feels more permanent. Somehow it feels way less ephemeral than other content that, you could create nowadays. And so I guess I'm just being more thoughtful. I'm taking a little bit more time. It feels like kind of almost like a legacy thing, right? That people could be potentially reading this book in 10, 15 years. Obviously I could update it, because I am going to be self-publishing, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm wrong to have this precious kind of attitude about it, but somehow, I don't know. Somehow I want it to be a book that I'm proud of. I want it to be that, because this is probably going to be the way in which most people are introduced to me. Probably, right? Because, and like, other than like my free content on the internet, but like if there's people that, let's say watch a YouTube video and they're like, oh, this guy seems cool, I want to learn more about him. Probably the first thing that they're going to want to buy is my book. They're not going to buy the $1,500 course. They're not going to sign up for, $1,000 a month asynchronous coaching, like maybe down the line, but like, that's not going to be the first thing. It's probably the book. And so, I'm being very thoughtful of like, what is that experience like for the person who, and by the way, even if they never sign up for the course, or even if they never join anything else and all they do is buy the book and never anything else, I still want it to be super, super valuable. And you can close the final page of that book, close the book cover and say, I learned a lot. I'm actually going to be able to utilize this to make more money on brand deals, get more brand deals. That absolutely is going to be a transformation or an outcome that I want from the book. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I have a feeling it's going to be, people are going to really enjoy it. So, really excited to put that out. Delilah says the book is going to be your legacy. Yes. Marcus says, love the behind the scenes insights. Glad to hear it here. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much again for being here on the live stream. Appreciate you giving me some grace last week when I didn't live stream because I was on vacation. And once again, thank you so much to Uscreen for sponsoring this live stream. If you want to check them out, make sure to click the link in the description box and let them know that Creator Wizard sent you. And if you haven't joined the 7-day pitch challenge yet, what are you doing? CreatorWizard.com/pitch challenge. You want to be like Delilah. You want to be like Jenny here. You want to be like Darkside Performance, who already signed up. Can't wait to see you guys at the kickoff call on Friday.